In Isaiah 42, it says this: "Here is my servant, whom I uphold, my chosen one, in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. He will not shout or cry out, or raise his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. In faithfulness he will bring forth justice. He will not falter or be discouraged, till he establishes justice on earth. In his teaching, the islands will put their hope." Isaiah was written about 700 years before Jesus was born. And in this passage, Isaiah is foreshadowing how the Messiah will be anointed to come into the world and to not only save us from our sins, but to bring about justice and restoration. And Isaiah 42 is very interesting because it first talks about a suffering servant, which is what I read in this passage, but it also talks about how that suffering servant will also be victorious and will bring about justice. In the passage that I just read, Isaiah is showcasing how this suffering servant will be the embodiment of gentleness and compassion by saying that a bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. So he's basically depicting how this Messiah will be so warm and gentle, and how Jesus fulfilled that ultimately with his ministry. So Isaiah then goes on to say how this suffering servant will then bring about justice to the earth and will be victorious. So Isaiah is basically showing like the entire character of this Messiah. Like, Jesus lived a very hard life. He suffered for us insurmountably. Yet that's not the end of the story. Like, he also will come back and execute justice on the entire earth and restore everything. And that's also what we should look forward to.